nerds?
This is a great question. I'm rarely unhappy with the result in a way that makes me not enjoy painting. A lot of times the challenge of the way I paint is coming up with new colors that I haven't done before, or trying something new that I've got cockamamie flying around in my head. And if it doesn't look good, then you just roll with the punches and you get it done and you put something else on it. Doesn't mean I'm always ready to do it right then. Sometimes I walk away from the bench and come back and say, okay, well, we'll visit that again later, right? How I get into a slump painting in general, though, does happen, where I'm just kind of tired of it, right? I don't have anything that inspires me. I don't have a model that I look at and makes me want to paint. That's what gets me in my rut most of the time, is I'm either painting like an army and I'm tired of painting the army. It becomes doldrums. It's the same thing over and over again. Or I just don't have a model that is inspired. It's like this Sanguineous model, the whole reason that I was like, Chris, we're going to paint this now, put on the brakes. I don't know. But it was just because this model, I remembered we had it. It speaks to me. And I just got a wild hair up my butt and I said, I want to paint this model. When I can't find a model that really gets me jazzed and I'm looking around, because God knows we have a million models here. So there should be always something that can get me ready to paint. And a lot of times that's because my head is just dug into other things. Maybe something else in your life has got you bogged down. I call them unpaid bills. Maybe you haven't taken the trash out or done your laundry and you don't want to clean your room and you got all these other things you need to do. And you try to solve the pain of those thoughts with your hobby, but that's placing a lot of responsibility on your hobby, right? And so this is
why don't you spend some time reflecting on that?
Right. This is a therapy moment in that a lot of us do this. It's human nature to run away from pain and run towards pleasure. But in that statement, the thing that brings you pleasure has a lot of responsibility to take away the pain. So if there's something if there's a time where I find I'm not enjoying painting, it's probably because I have chores that I've left undone. Things I need to get done that I don't like doing, that are preventing me because the buildup of that pressure has reached a point, swept so much under the rug, that now my painting is never focused on the fun part. It's just focused on the I should be doing something else part. So for me, that's what I need to do, is I need to take a breather. I need to go get some of those other things done. And then I immediately find that, oh, that model looks great. Oh, and it's every single time, right? Now, there are times where you just don't feel inspired, where you don't have any unpaid bills, you don't have any chores you need to do, and sometimes you just need to do something else relative to the hobby, right? If you're into 40K, listen to an audiobook, go watch something on Warhammer Plus television, go watch the Astartes video on YouTube, do something that gets you back into the vibe of the world you enjoy. Go read some Tolkien shorts, go watch something in a fantasy genre, read a comic book, get into that creative vein where the world that you love so much is put right in front of you, but it's not you having to do it. You're reading somebody else's work, looking at somebody else's stuff, watching a movie, whatever it is, and then you'll find you get inspired again very quickly because your brain kind of resets itself into that space. And I really believe that there's never a time where your hobby should, and should is a hard word to say, but I don't think your hobby should ever reach a point where you're not inspired to take part in it. I think there's always other pressures that are applied that are making your hobby seem less fun. And like I said, through my life, I found that it's because I require my hobby to have too much responsibility of taking away the pain sometimes, because I haven't handled the things I need to handle. I need to wash my car, so if I'm here painting, it's like, well, why didn't I wash my car? I usually feel that at like the end of the day, and that makes next day's go in and paint thing maybe a little bit tougher. So it can be the simplest stuff. So it's a tough one to sum up, right? Because it took everything I just said to make it to worthwhile. I don't know that it needs a summary. I stay motivated by making sure that I don't put too much pressure on my hobby to solve the things that are bringing me down. Right? Let your hobby be free enough to be the fun thing you need it to be. Then it automatically solves the things that are bringing you down.